Hello! Welcome to episode 2 of me tracking my journey healing from central sensitization syndrome. I know it looks like it was probably filmed on the same day because my hair looks the same and I'm wearing the exact same shirt I was in the other video, but I promise it was filmed on a separate day. It's been very hot here in London and I have one crop top. So last episode, I gave you a bit of insight into what's going on with me, what's wrong with me, what I've been told by physios, chiropractors, osteopaths. Today I want to break down a bit of what my exercise routine looks like and how that's going. In the last episode I talked about how I've been doing reformer Pilates, that's the one on the machines, and I've been doing that for about 6 months now. I started once weekly, then I went to twice weekly, and now I'm doing sort of between 2 and 3 times weekly. Having now started Pilates, which is much slower, every movement is more considered, I find myself using and engaging my muscles more than I ever did. So one of the various things I've learned from Pilates is in fact that, it's how to connect to my muscles. Because my left quads are really weak, and I think there's some issue with how the messages get to that part of my body, I couldn't engage those muscles. They also don't expect you to do sort of heavy sets, like in the gym it's a set of 12, 3 reps. No, other way around. Reps of 12 and 3 sets. You don't do that in Pilates. In Pilates you do, I think the instructor counts down for about 60 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that, and then you pulse. So you sort of hold the movement halfway and you sort of pulse a little bit, and that's really helpful for controlling your muscles. And the problem is I'm not 100% sure if it's Pilates or it's just the consistency with which I've been doing Pilates. Something else that's really invaluable that I've learned from Pilates is how to slow my breath down. I have never been one for meditation. My brain is a rocket just going pew, 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 pew. So every time we'd start off a session, they'd always say, okay, lie on your back on the carriage. That's what they call the thing you lie on a reformer. They said, lie on your back on the carriage, push your navel, push your belly into the carriage, your back is flat, and deep breathe. And I would find it moves my body into a whole different state of being. It's actually something I incorporate in all of my gym workouts now that I'm back. I start off every single gym workout, no matter what it is, I'll go to the stretchy section, I'll lie down on the mats with my back flat against the floor. Sometimes I have my knees up in tabletop, which is where your knees are like this. My legs. I have my legs up in tabletop. Sometimes I'll put my feet up against the wall. Sometimes I'll actually cross. I don't know if you've ever done that. Like, if you ever sit with your butt up against the wall and then you cross your legs, so your legs are kind of crossed up against the wall like that. Whatever, as long as I'm lying flat and I deep breathe into my stomach, and I will lie there for like 10 minutes, but it feels fantastic. So speaking of the gym, now that I'm back at the gym, and the fact my gym has had a renovation, that's another aspect. So it's not just me. My gym has had a renovation in the last couple of weeks and they have all these new machines that I can use. I didn't realize how I was removing things from my workout and withholding exercise and work and all that kind of stuff from myself because some of the machines just couldn't move the way I needed them to. So for example, we've just got a new hip thrust machine. I never hip thrust. I never hip thrust because it always hurts my back. And that's ironic and a catch-22 because if I'm not working out my glutes, my lower back is doing the work that my glutes should be doing, which is another reason why my back always hurts. The old hip thrust machine that my gym had would just go up and down. This new hip thrust machine can go forward and backward as well as up and down, so it moves in the flow of your body. And I've been using it and I can feel it targeting my glutes, but my back has not been hurting. It has not hurt since I've started using it. There's another aspect of not even working out, but of then treating my body that I've had to start paying attention to. I don't know what category this falls under, but body awareness in the last couple of months has been really important. So because in my mind, and I remind myself of this often, in my mind, I'm reminding myself that I've got weakness, I think it's on the right side of my spine, and the left side of my hip, so the left, this bit, the left side of my waist is the wonky side. Whenever I'm doing anything, like let's say I'm carrying a backpack on my right hand side, I'm always adjusting and bracing my core to remind myself not to flop one way or the other. It's constant awareness. There's also definitely something psychological tied with my shoulders because this shoulder is the one that's really painful. And I don't know if anyone else feels this way. This might be a bit crazy of me. When I wear clothes that aren't actually restrictive on my shoulders. I have this beautiful purple coat that I found in a charity shop and it's a trench coat style. Trench coat styles have very tailored shoulders. You can absolutely move in them. You should be able to move in them. Otherwise the coat's too small for you. But in my mind, because I feel like my shoulders are held in a certain shape in this coat, for example, psychologically, I think I'm bracing my shoulders. I'm going to try to wear open sleeved things. I I interestingly don't do that because in my mind, I think it's so obvious that my shoulders are mismatched, that my spine is wonky, I cover it up. So actually, even unless it's 37 million degrees, I won't have my shoulders out or my arms out. But actually, I needed to start doing the opposite thing. I need to let my shoulders be exposed because psychologically, I don't feel like they are restricted and I feel like I can move them more freely. And I notice that too. I notice when my shoulders are out and about, even if I'm wearing a long sleeve t-shirt, you can move in a long sleeved top, but in my mind, I feel restricted. Those are some of the funny, weird things that I've learned about my body, but hopefully, maybe some of that will resonate with you. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.